today. Find a Northwestern Mutual advisor at nm.com.
There are sandwiches you eat, and then there are tangy barbecue pork with pickles and onions, McRib sandwiches, whose eating is such an event, it must be documented. The McRib is back. Honey.
New NyQuil Severe Honey is maximum strength cold and flu medicine with soothing, honeylicious taste. NyQuil Honey, the nighttime sniffling, sneezing, coughing, aching, stuffy head, fever, best sleep with a cold medicine.
To show up the show off, do you need power or this optimum power? Because Duracell Optimum makes this RC truck even faster than Copper Top. Now, we have a winner.
One step at a time, trying to get right, riding on the shoulders of the giant. 1,200 strings of lights.
Quarter mile of tinsel.
And real snow all the way from Switzerland.
Be tough to top. Well played.
Add some thrill to your wish list at the Season of Audi sales event.
Vikings 30, Saints 27. Write it down.
National Football League. Welcome back to New Orleans. Before kickoff, let's send you down to Christina Pick.
Well, hey, Joe, there's no place like home, especially being home for the holidays. Fresh off of just being named to the Pro Bowl, Justin Jefferson gets to take his talents back to his hometown. He's from the New Orleans area, played his high school football at Dexterham, and even won a national title with the LSU Tigers in this building back in January. He's got fond memories here, and he told me the only thing he wants for Christmas is a W, but having his family among the 3,000 fans in the building today is special. Joe?
Yeah, we're going to talk a lot about him during this game. He is a superstar. And you start looking at the numbers that he's put up there. Eye-popping Spanish language broadcast available today on Fox Deportes. Minnesota won the toss. They defer. The Saints will start with the ball at their 25. And Troy, Drew Brees is looking for a better start to this one than his 0 for 6 with a pick start against the Chiefs last week.
Yeah, it was a tough start. I thought there was a lot of attention to his start and how rusty he might be after missing the previous 4 games. I thought the entire offense was just out of sync, Joe. I thought Kansas City came in with a really nice plan. You look at it, there really was not a lot of places for him to go with the football. So I don't know if the layoff really had much of an effect as much as the Chiefs did.
From the 25, handoff to Kamara. Alvin Kamara is going to go for 11 to start his day. Just named to his 4th straight Pro Bowl, and in many ways having a career year after a contract extension.
This is a nice way to start the game. You see the cutback lane, they get the defensive line moving, and an offensive front, really good. They've had some adjustments along that offensive line this year also, a number of different offensive line combinations, and I thought they struggled. We talked about Drew Brees, but Brees, who's been protected very well, really, throughout the year and over the last 5 seasons, probably one of the least hit quarterbacks in the league, took quite a bit of punishment.
Brees floats it, pass is caught. And out of bounds, short of first down yardage is Callaway. The rookie gets 9. Drew Brees is playing in this game without 3 of his top 4 wide receivers. Here's the offensive line with the rookie, Ruiz, starting at right guard. The backs and receivers, the only name you likely recognize other than Kamara, at least on the outside, is Sanders. Juwan Johnson, Jared Cook is the tight end, but they have Austin Carr up. Callaway made that first catch. Here's Latavius Murray for a first down. Juwan Johnson. Tommy Lee Lewis was just cut. So a lot of change on the outside for Drew Brees as he takes on this number 23 ranked defense of the Vikings as a first down with the ball just outside his own 47.
They split Taysom Hill up at the top of the screen.
On first down off the hands of Camara. All right, let's talk about the defense. They had no Pro Bowlers this year. They are shorthanded, not just with how they started the year. They don't have Daniil Hunter. They had Michael Pierce opt out, but now, Troy, at the linebacker level, they are just racked with injuries. And boy, did they miss a guy like Eric Kendricks in this game. One of the best cover linebackers in the NFL as they take on Alvin Kamara.
Yeah, that's a guy when they were in man coverage, they like to match up on Alvin Kamara. He's an athletic guy, very fast. It's a good matchup for Minnesota.
Here's a handoff to Sanders for a first down carry. That's his first carry of the season, gets 12 yards, brought down by Nickerson. Good start offensively for the Saints.
Yeah, this started out, used to you'd only see the Rams run it a few years ago, and now it's a part of everybody's staple offensively with that jet sweep and getting out on the edge. And you got to be real mindful as a defense when you're out there on the corners as to what is happening and start paying a lot of attention to that type of movement, and then they come back with you with something else.
Kamara gets it, and right up the gut, he is gone. Touchdown, Saints. Gotta be the shoes.
Some right guard and right tackle, the blocks that they make, and they open it up, and then it's just one-on-one. Anthony Harris is the only guy right there that's able to make a play. He takes a bad angle on Kamara, and it's a good night. That's a great way for this Saints team. You know, like I said, coming into this game, this is an important game, but it's also one where they need to start hitting on all cylinders, and that was the way to do it.
Extra point is good. How about a 40-yard touchdown run by Alvin Kamara? Got the contract extension, having a brilliant season. The Saints are 10-4 up 7 zip on Christmas.
Jeep is more than a legendary SUV brand. It's a community. We share love of adventure. We share a spirit. And now we're sharing our employee price with you. Treating you like one of our own. Because that's exactly what you are. Employee pricing at the Jeep Big Finish event.
With employee pricing for all, get an average $4,712 below MSRP, plus $750 bonus cash on 2021 Cherokee Limited. The Quicker Picker-Upper. Now DMs of this is quicker. It is 2 times more absorbent, so you can use less. Bounty, the Quicker Picker-Upper.
Verizon 5G is here with the coverage of 5G nationwide and the unprecedented performance of ultra-wideband in more and more places where people need massive capacity and ultra-low lag. This is the 5G America's been waiting for, only from Verizon.
we welcome you back on this Christmas from New Orleans. A look at the Cousins family. Kirk and his wife Julie adopted the entire People Serving People shelter. They talked about it in our pregame show. They let 60 families pick out gifts for their kids. And he is a special guy, great family man, and really having another good season. I don't know that he gets the credit that he deserves. Absolutely. Started out slow, but he's been on a nice run over the last 7 games. 18 touchdowns, 3 picks. His team 6-8. And Kirk is about to go to work. Maybe it's because they were, a game away from going to the Super Bowl back in 2017. Cousins was brought in to get him over the top and get him to the big game. That hasn't happened. They did get an overtime win in a wild card playoff game here in January over the Saints. Starting at a 25, down by 7. Pass is caught. That is Thielen, and a nice start offensively with the first play from scrimmage, netting 16.
I think it's for the reasons you just said, Joe. There's high expectations, of course, when he came in, and you look at his year this year, I agree. I think he's had a really great year. And what happens is, I've always said when there's a weakness within a football team, it kind of shows itself through the quarterback. And what I mean by that is his defense is not the same defense that he has had. So he's constantly playing from behind, and that's been tough.
This one is rifled into the roof of Justin Jefferson. And as you heard Christina say before kickoff, the New Orleans native who are in this area picks up 10 and another first down.
Yeah, and so what happens is you find yourself at the end of these games, having to find a way to win, and when it doesn't happen, when it's Kirk Cousins, everybody says, oh, yeah, because that's kind of what he's been labeled with, and fair or unfair, it's kind of the way that it's been for him.
Here is Cook with a nice run, taking it to the outside, and that's 3 plays, 3 first downs as he gets 15, and got a good block from the rookie Jake Barges, who's playing in place of the injured C.J. Ham.
Yeah, you saw what I saw, Joe, because you're right. I think C.J. Ham does a nice job, and how is Jake Barges going to come in and fill his shoes? Well, right there, he does a really nice job coming up, and he takes on the backer right there in the hole and opens things up, and a really nice game.
Vargas, an undrafted college free agent from North Carolina. And he's getting his shot today with an injury, a quad injury for Ham, a carry of 2 yards. Carl Granderson got through and kind of blew that play up. Here's the offense. You see the rookie starting at right guard, may end up at left tackle next year. Played tackle in college, Ezra Cleveland. The backs and receivers with Vargas, the fullback, leading the way for Cook, but Abdullah is in the ballgame now on second down, 2nd and 8. Setting up the screen, and it is incomplete. Off the hands of Tyler Conklin, 3rd and 8 coming up.
This is going to be interesting to see how Dennis Allen wants to try to defend this Minnesota offense, because you worry about Dalvin Cook, and that's typically where it starts. But then you've got these 2 really good wide receivers that you've got to contend with, and it's no longer Thielen Diggs, it's Thielen Jefferson. But man, they are really dynamic, and you go one-on-one like they are right now. See if they stay with it. They pull out of it. So that's kind of the looks they've been given. They've been getting a little help to these corners.
Pass is over the middle, caught. Depends on where they put it down. Conklin, who's been on fire. Looks like he's got enough for first down, and he does. 8 catches, 97 yards, and a touchdown over the previous 2 games.
Yeah, so the defense, they go safeties over the top, and then you have to have someone who's going to win inside, and that's Conklin, and he does. He makes a heck of a catch. Not bad coverage, really, but he stepped in. They've had Kyle Rudolph down, and Irv Smith has missed some time, and he's gotten his chances. He's played well.
Quick setup and throw. Thielen trying to make a move, and Lattimore with the open field tackle. A gain of 7 on first down. Aaron hinted at it when we threw it down to her. That game last week was a test for this defense against Kansas City. They had to defend 92 plays. You're defending Patrick Mahomes. They sacked him 4 times. Ended up losing that ball game despite all of the offensive struggle at the beginning. They like the way they played against the Chiefs. In week 15, here's Cook. First down and more. Dalvin Cook is in for the touchdown. How about that answer by the Vikings? 16th rushing touchdown to lead the NFL for Dalvin Cook.
Well, Dakota Dozier, the left guard, and then Riley Reef, the left tackle, watch the blocks that they make, and they just get good movement. And then let Dalvin Cook do the rest. Really nice job. Irv Smith, the tight end. You've got Justin Jefferson. These wide receivers do an excellent job blocking in the run game. They come right back down the field and answers the New Orleans Saints score.
Yeah, it was big chunks of yardage play after play, and now Bailey to tie it. Nice snap. Good hold and kick. It's going to bring Pearson Prince. From Minnesota, 7-7, Vikings tie it.
Why should your business go hybrid? As a coach, my offense is nowhere without a solid line and agile, skilled players. I need the speed of a running back and the security of a lineman. A hybrid cloud approach with IBM gives you a business goal, so you can manage data and apps whatever plays come your way. Your coach. When security meets agility, you're unstoppable. Bring it in, guys. Bring it in. Bring it in. 1, 2, 3, all right.
At Domino's, you can carry out 3-topping pizzas for just $7.99 each. And with Domino's Carside Delivery, you can conveniently stay in your car while you do it. Just pull up, check in online, and we'll quickly bring your food to you.
Thank you.
So you don't have to get out to get carry out. Like Denny here.
Hey, Hammer. I like your PJ.
PJs. Stay in the driver's seat with Domino's Carside Delivery.
I'm looking for my client. I'm his accountant. I'm so sorry.
Hey, man, we're here. You don't trust me, you're in Vegas, do you? Well, I thought we had a breakthrough with Volkswagen. We did, yes. We brought it through. That's the Volkswagen. That's the front part. Seatbelts. Just tell me where we're going.
What's the worst that could happen? January 18th on Fox.
Welcome back to the Mercedes-Benz Superdome and this NFL Christmas special. 22nd time the NFL has had a game on Christmas Day. What a great answer by the Vikings. An 8-play touchdown drive. 6 of the 8 gained at least 7 yards. And then they handed to Dalvin Cook, who now has 29 rushing touchdowns over the last 2 seasons.
Well, as we know, the Saints defensively got gashed by the Eagles, and a big part of that was because of Jalen Hurts and his first start running with the football. Last week, you got to kind of pick your poison against the Chiefs, and they held up well in the pass defense overall. You give up yardage then on the ground, but they know what they're facing today with Dalvin Cook, and so that little concerning if you're Dennis Allen, how easy that was for Minnesota.
Here's a return by Ty Montgomery out to the 35-yard line, and that may have been a touchdown-saving tackle by Harrison Hand. Time now for today's Pro Performance, presented by Microsoft Surface. Drew Brees, who has the most career passing yards in NFL history and the most completions and the highest completion percentage. And number 2 on the all-time touchdown list with 568, 5 behind Tom Brady. As Buccaneers play at the Lions tomorrow on NFL Network. Here's Kamara. Man, it's just chunk after chunk after chunk. Shout out to Chunk from the Goodies. An 11-yard carry by Kamara.
This offensive line is I think really good. I mean, they're able to do so many different things, and this is a heck of a start for that unit, creating some big holes for Alvin Kamara.
66 rush yards the first time they had it. Kamara spinning and making the catch out of bounds, forced out by Lynch, a rookie college free agent linebacker from Baylor that Mike Zimmer's excited to see today, gain of 9.
Well, as we know, they've been without Michael Thomas for much of this season. Only played in 7 games, and then now they're without Traquan Smith, who's also down on IR. And but they've got Alvin Kamara, and he's a runner, but he's also a big part of this passing game.
Man, another big hole for a running back. This time it's Michael Burton, the fullback. He gets 7. Anybody gonna play defense on Christmas?
Well, that was a Christmas present for Burton. I mean, he doesn't get many opportunities. That was just his 6th carry on the season. So, Merry Christmas, Michael Burton.
Merry Christmas, Michael. Came in with 8 yards, got 7 on that carry.
Daryl Johnston wished we played on Christmas Day more often.
Shout out to Moose. Moose and Chunk.
They bring Alvin Kamara down here to the bottom.
Ray steps into it, throws, caught. That's Jared Cook. The tight end with catch number 31 on the year. Finished last season strong. They need him to do that again this year.
Yeah, he's like a wide receiver as well. They go 4 verticals against this single high safety look, and this is a nice job by Cook because that's a ball that you're going to get hit. As soon as you're turning to make the play on it, you know that somebody's going to be right there with their shoulder pads. He hangs on to it. It's a nice pickup.
Gets career catch number 499 to move in front of his teammate's dad. Longtime Viking Steve Jordan, the 6-time Pro Bowler. Here's Kamara. He takes it down inside the 15. A gain of 6.
That's some good, tough running. I think, this Minnesota defense, they're just not very good. I mean, quite honestly, Joe. I mean, that's just as simple as you can say it. And Mike Zimmer knows it. And
defense is what we got.
We mentioned the players they're without, and those are significant players. Daniil Hunter, Eric Kendricks, Anthony Barr. But they're playing a lot of young guys, and he's had a challenge trying to stop a lot of offenses.
Breeze pass is caught. Sets up first and goal as Latavius Murray has his 21st catch on the year. These linebackers, and they are thin at that spot. They have Eric Wilson, then a bunch of guys. Hardy Nickerson, Blake Lynch, a college free agent, Ryan Connolly. They are, they're in some trouble trying to cover Kamara coming out of the backfield.
Absolutely. I mean, really anybody. There's Eric Kendricks. He was having a great year also, and they really miss him. But I think it wouldn't matter who it is. They struggle, all linebackers do, trying to cover Kamara.
Saints have to call a timeout as they had taken Breeze out, put Taysom Hill in, and we'll be right back after this from Progressive.
Progressive presents At Home with Baker Mayfield.
Oh, hey, Baker, by the way, some guys are coming to resod the field. They should be here in about 30 minutes.
Wait, we're having company?
Company?
I didn't put out the snacks. Did we have any of those mini quiches? And remove anything breakable. They might have little kids. Hey, do we have any scented candles? Sticks in here.
Now Breeze comes back in. The Saints have 12 snaps, and they've produced 8 first downs.
And 90 yards rushing. So, it's about, I don't know that I've quite seen that. 90 yards rushing in half a quarter.
Breeze floats it. Penalty flags fly. Sanders and Austin Carr both end up on the turf. Troy, I just think it's a testament to how good Drew Brees is and how good Sean Payton is.
Pass interference, defense, number 26. The foul occurred in the end zone. The ball will be placed at the 1-yard line. Automatic first down.
Chris Jones has really struggled, when he's played this year. That was pass interference. He struggled in coverage. He has struggled also in run defense, but when they go to 3 wide receivers, they move their first-round pick, Jeff Gladney, they move him inside, and he plays the slot receiver, and then that puts Chris Jones on the outside, and you bet that Sean Payton's going to take advantage of that.
Kamara, touchdown. Just going to say, Troy, that for Brees, you're without 3 of your top 4 wide receivers. They don't feel like they miss a beat. They can basically mesh anybody into this offense. And then Sean Payton, he goes 8-1 over the last 2 years without Drew Brees as his quarterback. It's just nothing but winning down here in New Orleans as they go for their 4th straight divisional title under Sean Payton.
Sean's one of the best to do it, and it sounds simple, but what he does in utilizing the player skills, this offense looked different when Taysom Hill was running it, and yet they were still successful in winning football games. He finds a way to get the most out of the guys that are able to go.
What a start. These 2 teams light up the scoreboard, 14-7. Saints.
Whoa. Come on, guys. No ball in the house. Come on, Dad. Your kids have nowhere else to play. Why don't you check out Rocket Mortgage? From down payments to closing costs, it's easy to see what fits your budget. This is great. Thanks. Hey, Larry, can I get an autograph? Absolutely.
Come on, Dad. No ball in the house.
If you need a home big enough for the whole team, Rocket can. Rocket.
Broken windshield, take 1. Hey guys, my windshield just got broken. I feel like I need to blow off some steam. Let's go.
Mr. Blanks, there's no need to be stressed. Geico makes it easy to file a claim online, on the app, or over the phone.
Yeah, but what if I never hear back? That's going to make me want to go, check.
Nofi's Geico claims team is always there for you.
That makes me want to celebrate with some fireworks. 5, 6, 7, go. Boom, 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 boom.
Geico. Great service without all the drama. T-Mobile is upgrading its network at a record pace. We were the first to bring 5G nationwide. And now that Sprint is a part of T-Mobile, we're turning up the speed. Upgrading over 1,000 towers a month with ultra-capacity 5G to bring speeds as fast as Wi-Fi to cities and towns across America. And we're adding more every week. Coverage and speed. Who says you can't have it all?
Jeep is more than a legendary SUV brand. It's a community. We share a love of adventure. We share a spirit. And now we're sharing our employee price with you. Treating you like one of our own. Because that's exactly what you are. Employee pricing at the Jeep Big Finish event.
With employee pricing for all, get an average $4,712 below MSRP, plus $750 bonus cash on the 2021 Cherokee Limited. Share the joy this holiday with the Whopper and the 2 for $5 deal. Your way, way better.
Cam Jordan just named to his 6th Pro Bowl. Same number as his pop, Steve. There's his beautiful family on this Christmas. Welcome their 4th child last Sunday.
Yeah, he got ejected from that game, was able to get to the hospital for the birth of his child. Yeah.
It worked out okay.
It worked out just fine.
Didn't get suspended for the next game.
A little lighter in the pocket, I'm sure, but
his dad, Steve, was there to kind of step in for him to make the first couple of steps to the hospital happen. And then Cam showed up, and baby girl they had last Sunday. Sunday is your chance to win $100,000 of Terry Bradshaw's money with a Fox Super 6 app. Download the free Fox Super 6 app and pick the outcomes of 6 of Sunday's games for your shot to win. Right now, I would imagine Sean Payton and Dennis Allen, the defensive coordinator, wondering if they're going to stiffen up and play the run better. It's been 2 bad weeks against the run for the Saints. Lattimore makes that play as he knocks it away from Jefferson, 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, now Marshawn Lattimore, when they're in man coverage, he is going to go with Justin Jefferson, which is different from what it has been in previous matchups against the Vikings, because when it was Thielen and Diggs, Marshawn Lattimore would go with Thielen because Thielen's the bigger receiver. They like Janoris Jenkins on the smaller receiver, but now with Justin Jefferson and his body type, Marshawn Lattimore is drawing that assignment.
Here's a handoff to Abdullah. One of those jet sweeps and a gain of 13 yards with 5 minutes left in quarter number 1.
We'll see if somebody's going to make a stop. Here in this game, these offenses come out and they've just been on fire. Minnesota, realizing that like most weeks that they are in a shootout and you got to keep serve. And that's going to be the challenge for Kirk Cousins.
16 first downs total already. Cousins keeps protected. And now outside the pocket, throws it away.
They're trying to get the ball up the field on a little out and up by Justin Jefferson and give him a chance against Marshawn Lattimore. Lattimore plays that really well. He also, speaking of Pro Bowls, was voted into the Pro Bowl this year, and Kirk Cousins wisely just gets rid of it.
Marshawn Lattimore, the 2017 Defensive Rookie of the Year, covering a guy who could be the 2020 Offensive Rookie of the Year. Cook left side. 2nd down and 10. Dalvin Cook gets 7, forced out by Lattimore.
Just think Gary Kubiak, their offensive coordinator, when Kevin Stefanski left and took that head coaching job in Cleveland, there's Gary Kubiak, the longtime assistant coach, was a head coach in Houston, also in Denver, won a Super Bowl there with Peyton Manning, and he was on the staff last year. Such a great hire by Mike Zimmer, and for him to be able to step right in with all of his experience, this offense just kept on moving along.
3rd down. Pass is incomplete. And there's that combo again with Lattimore covering Jefferson. It's 4th down.
They start him in the slot, and it gives you a lot of field. And that's what Kirk Cousins is seeing now. If he presses that a little bit more, it gives Cousins a little bit more room. But I will tell you, I was impressed when we had him a couple weeks ago getting ready for that game and how he runs routes. I'm a tough critic on these receivers. I think he's even gotten better in the last few weeks watching him getting ready for this game. Some of the things that he's doing, and man, he has had a great year, and it's only going to get better as he moves along.
On by Colquitt, turns over, and a fair catch by Callaway inside the 5, usually a no-no. Saints have it up 7. They'll start at their 4.
Is this the right place for the party?
Lots of guards, high-tech security. I need someone to rob it. Try and come out of this with all more ears and a bit of suntan.
They are an unusual couple.
Oh, I don't think that was ever in question.
What exactly is your story?
And they lived happily ever after. Happily ever after.
We just don't know what to expect. Well, I think we handled that well.
Wendy's Baconator is the ultimate bacon cheeseburger that
That's got all other cheeseburgers feeling like. And now with a breakfast Baconator, we're shaking and waking up your breakfast, bringing that big bacon energy all day long. So get to Wendy's and always be baconating.
Be honest, which one's better, the Rogers rate or the Patrick price?
Guys, State Farm offers everyone surprisingly great rates.
Jake, it's the Rogers rate.
When you want the real deal, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Want to sell the best burger in every zip code? Add an employee. Or 10. Then easily and automatically pay your team and file payroll taxes. That means world domination. Or just the West Side.
Run payroll in less than 5 minutes with Intuit QuickBooks.
This is Tess. My daughter is 39 and single. Give that to me. I love my friends. I love my job. I love my life. I'm not a hero. Yeah, I didn't say that. Call me Tess. Premiere Sunday, January 3rd on Fox.
From the WWE Thunderdome, it's a SmackDown Christmas with the head of the table, Roman Reigns, battling the resilient Kevin Owens in a steel cage match for the Universal Championship. It's an all-new Friday Night SmackDown at 8 Eastern, 7 Central on Fox.
One Comet, one Cupid, one Alvin Kamara.
And right up the gut, he is gone. Gotta be the shoes. Twitter is all over Santa. It's Kamara. Santa, not Kamara. They're the shoes. And there's a guy named Dansler on Christmas from before, after the fair catch by Callaway. Play action from Breeze, looking over the middle of the field, and now finds Taysom Hill. Hill makes the catch, and he is knocked out with a gain of 18 yards. That's such a good job by Taysom Hill. There's not much this guy just doesn't do, and he's covered. But Drew Brees is motioning to him at that point. Come back to him. Come back to him. Here it is. And he sees that, so he works back down the line. And that's just the inexperience of Taysom Hill at that position. I mean, obviously he's real involved in so many areas, but knowing that he's not going to beat the defender, a guy who plays receiver all the time would have done that naturally, but he saw what Brees wanted. He does it, and they have a nice completion. Here is a play made on Kamara by Armin Watts. You said something to Zimmer on our call with Mike yesterday, talking to us on Christmas Eve, by the way. And you had the same point that I was going to make to him. Yeah, this isn't what they wanted. They're 6-8, but there are pieces here. They had a great draft. They love DJ Wanham, who's getting his first start today. They love the corners, and obviously Justin Jefferson. That's a grand slam. First round pick. Here's a handoff to Murray, and he is rolling. Out of bounds near the 45. So the pieces are there. The guys they're missing, there's some holes defensively here at the end of the year.
Yeah, and there's some holes in this defense right now, just the way that New Orleans has run the football. Watch Harrison Smith. This is not like him. You know, normally he would come up and feel this and make a play right there, and instead, you know, he's not able to. But I agree with you, Joe. When you talk about some of these young players that they have, they're not saying this right after the draft. I mean, here we're talking about this in December. So these guys have played. They've got a chance to see what they're all about. And I do believe these young players are going to be good players.
Pass is caught by Johnson. Another big play. 19 yards to Juwan Johnson. That's more yardage than he's had this year.
Yeah, Juwan Johnson is the undrafted free agent who they've had to rely on, like you talked about, with some of the receivers that they have out. And I know that Sean Payton really likes him. In fact, he compared him to Marcus Colston. And I remember talking to Sean years ago when Colston was a rookie in training camp, hadn't even yet played, and he says, we've got a really special guy. So to compare Juwan Johnson to him tells you what Sean Payton thinks of him.
Kamara just pushes the mile and gets about 10. They're going to mark him down with a 9-yard carry, and it was about 6 guys going for a little ride.
Hey, Joe, we came into the game talking about how now is the time for this New Orleans team to start building for what they want to accomplish in January. I don't know that it gets any better. We're not even out of the first quarter, and they have 200 yards of offense.
This is going to make Mike Zimmer sick.
Oh, my gosh.
Murray, another big play. First down at the 16. Michael Burton threw a good block. And for a guy who's made his name in the NFL coaching defenses and early in the year said, we've never had a bad defense here with the Vikings. Right now, this defense, let's just say, doesn't look very good.
No, it does not. I mean, the standard's really high, and they'll be good again. There's no question, but this is hard for Mike Zimmer to watch.
That's going to do it for quarter number 1, 14-7. Saints on top, and they're knocking on the door again. Late great Tom Petty sends us to break. NFL Christmas special back after this.
Who is USAA made for? It's made for this guy, a veteran who honorably served. And it's made for her. She's serving now. We made it for all branches and all ranks, whether they served one tour or did a career. We also made USAA for military spouses and their kids. USAA is easy to work with. It can save you money on auto, home, and renters insurance. Become a member today. Call us for a quote. USAA. What you're made of, we're made for.
I stopped killers. I've helped them. We're back together, father and son. I stopped turkey, by which I mean murder. Prodigal Son, January 12th on Fox.
Sunday on Fox. Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs continue their push for the top seed in the AFC. They take on the Falcons. Then, in a battle for the NFC West, Russell Wilson leads the Seahawks against the Rams. Touchdown! It all kicks off Sunday at 1 Eastern on Fox and the Fox Sports app. Check for the game in your area.
In boxing, you want to be remembered? You gotta be willing to take risks. Take on the guy you probably shouldn't. Give these people a reason to get out of their seats. This is a sport of the people. They decided to be remembered. So make them remember.
Let's look at the division leaders here in Week 16. You've got the Pack, then the Saints, the Seahawks. They have a battle. You feel like for the division coming up this Sunday on Fox at home against the Rams, and then the Washington football team at 6-8. And we'll talk about the playoff picture as this game goes. Remember, there's only one bye in each conference this year, and that belongs to Green Bay. The Saints, if they're going to win out, they need the Packers basically to lose their last couple. The two teams met in Week 3. Green Bay won that game. So they have the head-to-head. Here's one to the end zone for Carr. Incomplete. Out of bounds, able to make the grab, but did not get both feet down.
I thought this was a heck of a job just catching it. It was great coverage. Clearly, the foot there on the end line, but what a job! What a ball placement by Drew Brees. I saw him when he dropped back, and it was excellent coverage there by Chris Jones, and he's able to get this in there. I mean, that's about as good as you can do. Wow. Even their incompletions look good.
Yeah. Second and 10. Little pitch to Kamara, right side. Gets a block from Cook. Knocked down by Matamafa. 8-4.
Well, this is their first third down of the half. We'll see. The Vikings are able to make a stop in it. at least force the Saints to maybe settle for 3 points. But yeah, there's Kirk Cousins, and it's hard when you're on that side of it as a quarterback, just knowing. You start then pressing a little bit. You'll see Kirk start trying to fit balls into places that really he shouldn't, but he just knows that he's got to do it because they've got to score.
End zone again, Kamara, incomplete. Coverage by linebacker Eric Wilson, and he was there to knock it away.
He had him. He had a chance. Breeze did, and just a little bit underthrown. You see that Kamara has to pull up. The ball's behind him. If he gets that out, it's an easy touchdown. He had Wilson beat pretty good. That's one that Breeze would definitely like to have back.
30-yard drive by Lutz. of 25 on field goal tries this season. 21 of 26. And a 10-point lead for the Saints, trying to clinch the NFC South here on Christmas.
I have something for you.
I have something for you too.
It's the GMC season to upgrade. Now everyone can get GM employee pricing on most GMC models. You said you get over $10,000 total value on this 2021 Sierra Denali. We are professional grade GMC. Ultimate 4-cavity rear with Davy Lillard.
It pays to have range, like Volt 24 antioxidant with vitamins A and C, restored with 10 grams of collagen, and energized with caffeine. All kinds of range.
Some of my best memories growing up were cooking with Mom. She always said, food is love. So when she moved in with us, a new kitchen became part of our financial plan.
Build the dream.
I want to make the most of every meal we have together.
At Northwestern Mutual, our version of financial planning helps you live your dreams today. Find a Northwestern Mutual advisor at nm.com.
It's official. Holiday, it's different this year. But we still dress up. We carol. And we holiday. Our way. Yep. Holiday hits different this year. Hit the right mood with Holiday Hits Radio on Pandora. Now with all new seasonal modes.
That's right. Subway is open, serving footlongs contact-free. Order in the app for quick and easy pickup. Or get contact-free curbside pickup. Staying home? Get delivery. So many ways to get footlongs contact-free. Subway. Eat fresh.
You think about going for a ride? What's the worst that could happen? Lose your license. Total your car. You kill someone.
And a nice shot from the Thielen family as we welcome you back. It's Christmas special. I know you had a chance to visit with Adam during this week, Troy, and one year he's had 13 receiving touchdowns, third highest total in the league.
Boy, he took the hard way, didn't he? To college and then the pros and the career that he's had. He's one of my favorite guys to watch play, and I tell you, he is so high on Justin Jefferson. Just we all see what he does on the field, but what he does on the practice field, his commitment, his desire to be great, he's really impressed with the rookie.
Aaron Andrews, this Saints defense is coming off a long day against the Chiefs.
Yeah, 98 snaps on defense, and I was talking to Demario Davis about it. He said, we didn't even know we played that much until one of our coaches told us the next day. I was like, come on, are you tired? He's like, no, honestly, it was so much fun going up against the Chiefs. I'm sure you don't hear many defenses say that. He said, we're just going back and forth, talking so much trash, and like we said, good measuring stick against those guys.
Yeah, they need to clamp down against the run. Allowed 246 rush yards in Philly, 179 against the Chiefs for the number 3 overall defense. be second down and 8 here for the Vikings, who are trailing by 10.
You know, to follow up on what Aaron said, the Chiefs had 411 yards of offense. So typically you'd say, wow, that was a really good offensive day. But with the 92 plays that she talked about, they were held to a season low 4.5 yards of play. So the Saints did play him really well.
Here's your boy Thielen, and he gets flipped. Marshawn Lattimore was on the ground, and that pass led Thielen right to him. And then Thielen did a flip after getting 19 yards.
Well, Lattimore fell down on the other side, and he just happened to be on the ground right where Thielen was coming across. Wow. So they changed things up a little bit. This time they got Janoris Jenkins on Thielen, but you see Lattimore go down as he's covering Jefferson, and that was right where Thielen was coming into the picture.
Fake toss. Pass is caught. That's Reese Johnson, and he's to the 40. A missed tackle by Janoris Jenkins. It turns into a 13-yard catch and run by Johnson.
I was talking about it during the week. Actually visited with Sean Payton about it. We're talking about, the missed practice time, and this began several years ago with the new collective bargaining agreement, and they're just not wearing the pads the way that they once did, and what has suffered from that has been tackling. And this year, it's really been noticeable. The tackling around the league has just not been very good.
Here's Cook. Not touched till he had about 7 yards. And he is forced out with a gain of 9. Here's today's professional grade presented by GMC. Justin Jefferson coming off a record-setting game, breaking the record held by Randy Moss with his incredible rookie year in 1998 as the team record for most catches by a rookie, and he didn't start until week 3. Dalvin Cook said he is a first-rounder who's been grinding like a 7th-round pick. Here is Dalvin Cook, who gets 1. Christina, give us more on the rookie Jefferson.
Well, yeah, he has impressed guys around the league, but he actually received a direct message from one former Vikings receiver, Stephon Diggs, who's currently in Buffalo, and he just congratulated him on the season he's had. Justin Jefferson told me I was a little surprised by it, given that people say that I'm his replacement, but he said the two of us talked, and he talked about, Bill talked about the season that they each had, congratulated each other, and it was something that was pretty nice for him.
They're down at 1 here. Timeout is taken by Minnesota. Yeah, Jefferson was picked up with the pick that the Vikings got when they traded Stephon Diggs to Buffalo. Diggs leading the league in catches. Timeout, back after this. 3rd down and 1.
There's a certain kind of person who doesn't take no for an answer. They don't walk in quietly. They parade in. Trailblazing. Eyebrow raising. Status quo breaking. Gracing greatness. Braving hatred. Taking up space. Never got a seat at the table. So we can't sit and behave. We'd rather defy the rules and amaze. There's a certain kind of person who doesn't wait for greatness. We did some early shopping this year. One for you, one for me.
I love it. I got us a little something too. Yeah. One for you and one for me.
I love it.
Oh, actually, that was supposed to be for me.
I love it.
I like that. It's the GMC season of upgrade. Now everyone can get GM employee pricing on most GMC models. Use it to cover 6,200 double time as 2021 Kia Denali. Professional grade GMC. Yes, for helps, Jack. Just dang, come on.
Hold it right there, Santa. What's up? I got a gift for you. Capital One Shopping instantly searches for available coupon codes and automatically applies. Just download the computer. It's free. Oh.
Do I have that seat?
Have that. So, that get me off your naughty list?
there's a chance. The Vikings have a chance to get to the postseason. We'll go through it after 3rd down and 1. Unless something miraculous happens here. Here is a toss. Cook picks it up. So the Vikings have to start by winning their last 2 games. That is this week and then at Detroit. Then they have to hope the Cardinals lose their last 2 against the 49ers and at the Rams. And the Bears lose at least one of their last 2. They're at Jacksonville and at home against Green Bay. We've seen crazier stuff happen, Aikman, to get a team into a postseason.
We absolutely have. There's no question.
Cousins, good protection. Pass is caught. Jefferson down near the 5.
This is such a good route. This is what I'm talking about. You don't see many young players at wide receiver come in at the top of that route. You see, I mean, he totally gets him turned around. It's incredible what he's able to do.
Here's a toss to Boone running left. He is in for the touchdown. And that will be worth another look. It was close, but right now, touchdown, Mike Boone. His first of the year.
We'll take a look at it. I thought that it was a touchdown as well. There you have it. It's a good call.
Yep. Touchdown, Minnesota, and they're hanging right in this ball game.
They are hanging right in. I mean, they have to. It's the game that they're in, and it's not surprised. I mean, I think Minnesota, they've done so many good things on offense. Their problems have been they've taken too many sacks and they've turned the ball over too much. But otherwise, they have moved the football really pretty much against everybody.
Here is Bailey. Knocks it through. And this is a 3-point game. Over 10 to go, first half. A lot of offense on Christmas 2020.
You could take your ulcerative colitis treatment in a different direction. Talk to your doctor about Xeljanz, a pill, not an injection or infusion, for adults with moderate to severe ulcerative colitis. Xeljanz is the first and only FDA-approved pill for moderate to severe UC. It can reduce symptoms in as early as 2 weeks, improve the appearance of the intestinal lining, and provide lasting steroid-free remission. Xeljanz can lower your ability to fight infections. Before and during treatment, your doctor should check for infections like TB and do blood tests. Tell your doctor if you've had hepatitis B or C, have flu-like symptoms, or are prone to infections. Serious, sometimes fatal infections, cancers, including lymphoma, and blood clots have happened. Taking a higher than recommended dose of Xeljanz for RA may increase risk of death, tears in the stomach or intestines, and serious allergic reactions have happened. You could take your UC treatment in a different direction. Ask your gastroenterologist about Xeljanz.
I know you want to shine. I know you want to shine. I know you want to shine. With Light Platinum Cells, made for the night.
On the ninth day of Christmas, my neighbor gave to me. I'm still screaming. I'm sorry.
PPG, now on demand. Go to watchcruise.com. Introducing Taco Gifter by Taco Bell, a service that lets you gift a taco for any reason or no reason at all. Just pick a gift or personalize it with a note. Pay and send away. Only on TacoBell.com or the Taco Bell app.
This is Google Pixel 5 with the Titan security chip. But as someone who doesn't mess around with security, I don't mess around. It's the super safe stuff secure. 5G Google Pixels. $4.99. These are the new 5G Google Pixels with all-day battery. To someone who has things to do and places to go. It's the battery anxiety buster. 5G Google Pixels. $4.99.
Welcome back on this Christmas. There's the Taysom Hill family. I can't steal the line. Our producer, Reggie Zion, said these pictures of the families were showing are so beautiful. They look like the pictures you get in the frames. You go buy a frame. Sean Payton told us 4 years ago, I think we were the first crew But Sean Payton said he's in the building. The next quarterback of this team is in the building whenever Drew decides he's had enough. And that was the guy who played in the preseason with the Green Bay Packers. They let him go, and the Saints are glad they did. Tomorrow, NFL Saturday returns. First, Bucks and Lions on NFL Network. Then the Niners and Cardinals on Prime Video. And it wraps up back on NFL Network with Dolphins and Raiders. NFL Saturday starts tomorrow at 1 on NFL Network.
We might have been a little over the top that game when we called it with Taysom Hill. He did play well. He was on all the special teams, did a lot of really great things. But we were so excited about this guy. Never heard of him. Picked up after Green Bay let him go. And, of course, now the whole world knows who Taysom Hill is.
Hand off here to the former Viking Latavius Murray. On first down, he gets 7. Three-point game. There's Taysom.
He played well when he got his opportunities. He didn't play particularly well against Denver, and the team didn't either. But beyond that, if you're into quarterback ratings, I mean, he had a 100 quarterback rating, which is outstanding in all of the other 3 games.
Here's Murray, first down.
I do think also when you mentioned Sean Payton and what he has been able to do for so many years, going back to when he was calling plays for the New York Giants, and then he went to the Dallas Cowboys and called plays for Bill Parcells. I think it was exciting for him. Not that he didn't want to have Drew Brees out on the field, but to prove that he could come up with a game plan that allowed Taysom Hill to take advantage of his skills and still be successful, and I feel that they accomplished that.
We're ready.
Camara gets 4. And Yarborough, who was just brought up, makes that stop. Well, the day stopping the run so far for the Vikings hasn't been good. Gave up the most rushing yards in the first quarter, more than they had in any game since 1991. Brees comes out, Taysom Hill comes in. Takes off, left side, 2nd and 6. He picks up the first down. Teron Armstead, who was headed to his 3rd straight Pro Bowl out at left tackle, helped get 8 yards for Taysom Hill.
You've seen Wildcat before, but this is a little different when he runs the ball and lowers his shoulder like a fullback to finish the run.
That's the throwing shoulder right there.
He just has no regard. I mean, that would be when he's the quarterback. They still call those plays. You know, they try to be careful with it, but some of those types of things he would have to be mindful of and just avoid.
Camara gets 9. Jameis Winston, that flag is down. The flag is down. Jameis Winston is off the COVID list, so he's back in as the backup quarterback.
Illegal formation offense. Number 80 was covered up. 5-yard penalty. Replay, first down.
So that takes away the 9-yard carry by Camara. But now because Winston is available, they can use Taysom Hill the way they like to use Taysom Hill, and they can throw that right shoulder anywhere he chooses to.
Yeah, and that's why, like you said, and it happened when Drew went down before, that Jameis Winston comes in, he plays quarterback, Taysom still stays in his role, and then the following week, Taysom takes over.
Brees, wide open Sanders, makes the catch and spins, runs down inside the 25. Emmanuel Sanders, who's on his 4th team, he's played in the Super Bowl with his 3 previous teams for 21.
Yeah, Emmanuel Sanders, he's got the first-year player Dylan Maben, who's in coverage on him and just totally gets him turned around. That's a tough assignment. A lot of these guys are in positions that they're having to play where ideally they would not be. And, the linebackers, they've got a guy, Blake Lynch, who his story's rather interesting. He's having to play today because of the injury to Todd Davis.
Rivera, and coming down off the edge is Blake Lynch, who you just talked about, to make that tackle and a rare stop, a gain of 1.
Yeah, so Blake Lynch, he went to Baylor as a wide receiver, and then they had a needed running back, and so he started playing some running back, and then Matt Rule takes over as the head coach, and ultimately he's playing cornerback, he played free safety, and then he landed at linebacker. So he's kind of the Taysom Hill for the Minnesota Vikings and the things that he's able to do, but he's landed at linebacker, and he's only played one defensive snap this year, and he started the game today.
Hand off to Rivera, starting at strong linebacker is Lynch for the injured Troy Dye, out with a concussion, a gain of 2 here by Kamara. Third down coming up.
Well, this defense, the one area where they have been good this year has been in the red zone. They've already forced one field goal, and it doesn't matter if you move the football. If you're able to force the Saints to settle for 3 points like they did on the last drive, that's a huge win.
37, pass is packed. That's even better for Minnesota. Cook was the target, and Harrison Hand gets the interception, his first of the year. For Breeze, his 5th interception, and for this Vikings defense, their 19th takeaway. First turnover of the ball game. 3-point affair. Vikings take over, down 17-14.
All right, who could break this down? Well, Chris Hibbett. I crushed out to the mailbox, and there it was. Medical bill for $1,200. I had no idea I'd have to pay that. That's right. It's hard to know exactly what your health insurance is going to cover, so you gotta protect your blind side. Aflac pays you money directly to help with expenses health insurance doesn't cover. Really? Aflac.
Get help with expenses health insurance doesn't cover. Aflac is an official sponsor of the SEC.
Russell Street this year, but trust us, 1101 Russell.
Babes, all I want for Christmas is you to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Also, while you're there, you can join the Bella Brigade and you can buy merchandise at my store on StreamYards at BrownGirlBella.com. Either way, Santa and I will be very pleased. So get on the nice, not naughty list and get Bellafied.
And that's it! Tomorrow at 8 Eastern on Fox and the Fox Sports app.
Breeze now 1 for his last 4 with the interception mixed in after a 6-for-7 start. And they've doubled up what they did last year, which was, as you saw, an NFL record for fewest giveaways in a 16-game season. Here's Cook. Busy catching passes of late. That's his 27th reception over the last 6+ games. Back to the pick.
Here's Jared Cook right here. What you're going to see, once he gets to the top of the route, he starts to drift up the field as he comes out of the break. He's running here. You want to come down the line because when you drift up the field, you give that defender an opportunity to undercut the throw. Now, it was a throw that was behind. Drew has to get that out in front, but it looked worse than it probably should have had Cook have run a little bit of a better route on that, and they talked about it over there on the sideline.
Good play here by Malcolm Jenkins. Gets to Dalvin Cook and a loss of 2 to bring up third down.
Malcolm Jenkins, that's pretty interesting about him. Here's Drew Brees going over and seeing Jared Cook and kind of talking about it a little bit. Sean Payton, he thought that Harrison Hand had grabbed him and that there should have been pass interference on the call. So a lot happening there on that play.
Brings up third down and 4. Cousins is going to be set. Jenkins in there. He wasn't the first. Onyemata, big number 93, got through.
This is what happened in that Bears game last Sunday. Too many offensive linemen landing in the lap of Kirk Cousins. They're pushed right back into him. I mean, this is an offensive line. Watch these guys up front. There's 2 offensive linemen in purple jerseys that are pushed right back into Cousins, and it happens over and over, and that has been a problem. And it's why Cousins has been hit as much as he has been this year.
That's not supposed to happen like that. Callaway with the fair catch, and the Saints get the ball right back. Well, so the interception and then a 3 and out. This is a game the Vikings just simply have to win to have a chance to get into the postseason. And for the Saints, there have been some impressive moments here, especially running the ball today against the Vikings.
Yeah, the interception, the only real blemish that they've had here in this first half. And now because the Vikings weren't able to do anything, they get the ball to, for this possession on, the 50-yard line or whatever. So they've made it tough once again for this Minnesota defense. But this has been offensively for the Saints about as good as you could ever hope for.
And they're going to have to call a timeout, the Saints. That was weird. They're down to 1, and Sean Payton wants to know what's going on. The play clock was down, almost about to expire.
Timeout. New Orleans.
And they are called timeout after the punt. I think, we didn't go to commercial. I think maybe there was an assumption down on the field that there was going to be a TV timeout, and that didn't happen. And so when it didn't, the play clock was running, and they ended up having to use the timeout.
Well, it doesn't look to me like Sean Payton thought that we'd gone to TV timeout because he is not happy at all. I'm not sure if that was directed at Breeze or someone else, but Sean Payton not happy.
Well, Breeze is aware that the play clock is running down, and I think if you can read lips, Payton was saying to the officials, let me know that we're not going to commercial. Here's a fake toss, and now a throw to Murray. And with a full head of steam, takes it down inside the 40, where Steffen brings it down a gain of 7.
It's a pretty nice combo when you've got Alvin Kamara, and then you're bringing in Latavius Murray to get his opportunities. Doesn't get a whole lot of carries when you've got Alvin Kamara, but man, that's a good 1-2 punch.
They had it here with Ingram and Kamara. Now Kamara and Murray. Here's Michael Burton, fullback. Like he got enough for a first down, and he did.
Another Christmas present.
Second carry. Coming up on the 2-minute warning, the Saints can let it go down to the 2-minute warning if they wish. They're only in possession of 1 timeout. So they're going to get up and try and get a play away. Breeze is picked again, and now the ball comes out. Slapping at the turf is Eric Wilson, who had it and then could not secure the catch as Callaway was there to help make sure there was no pick. He had it, and then Callaway knocked it out. Nearly the second interception instead. 2nd and 10 for the Saints when we come back.
I have something for you.
I have something for you too.
Babes, all I want for Christmas is you to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Also, while you're there, you can join the Bella Brigade and you can buy merchandise at my store on StreamYards at BrownGirlBella.com. Either way, Santa and I will be very pleased. So get on the nice, not naughty list and get Bellafied.
Ignite growth and uplift the community. Now more than ever, it's clear that when everyone pitches in, everyone benefits. With an understanding that where you shop matters, Visa urges you to support local retailers. Visa, official sponsor of the NFL. Week 16 continues tomorrow with a special Saturday triple header starting at 1 p.m. Eastern on NFL Network. Stream games on mobile with the Yahoo Sports and NFL apps.
I guess, Troy, this is bound to happen when you're coming back off 11 cracked ribs and a punctured lung. This is the first time Breeze is hit in the game, and this ball was really underthrown.
Yeah, underthrown by at least 5 yards. And I think you're right. I mean, those ribs aren't totally healed. And you start guarding a little bit, but yeah, definitely underthrown. He had him for a touchdown.
Here's one that isn't underthrown, caught by Callaway for a first down. Gain of 11. About the health of Drew Brees, Aaron.
Well, I spoke to Emmanuel Sanders this week, who actually suffered a broken rib last year, and he said, I don't think people realize what this guy's going through and coming back. He said, last year when I had a broken rib, I got an injection, and I was out by halftime. It was that painful.
Pass is caught over the middle by Cook. First and goal.
Pretty good protection there.
Well, nobody's ever questioned the toughness of Drew Brees. He's proving his toughness yet again, and this a completion for 19 yards.
Yeah, and they've come a long way in the protection as well in terms of what these players are able to wear and protect themselves and yet still be functional. And Rob Vito is the guy who came up with this Kevlar layered vest or shirt that he wears. He's on the sidelines now, but that has really helped him, and that's a new technology that he's taken advantage of.
Hill throws to Kamara, who's just able to take it to the 5, and he got hit hard. Blake Lynch was out there for the stop with Hardy Nickerson. Second down and goal. And a timeout taken by Minnesota. Aaron.
And just to add on that, you talk about the protection. Emmanuel Sanders also saying he noticed last week with Kansas City, and you can understand this. Brees was just anticipating the hit, getting touched. He didn't know how that was going to feel, and Emmanuel said, I know what that's all about. But later on in the game, after he knew what it was going to be like, he felt like Brees got more comfortable, regardless of what he was wearing under his jersey.
And that is one of the objectives over the final 3 games, including last week, before the playoffs begin. And he's working without his top target, Michael Thomas, who's on IR. Suffered that high ankle sprain in week 1 and really never was right. Should be ready for the playoffs, they say. Kamara cuts up to and touchdown. Saints. Second of the game for Kamara on the ground. He's got 12.
Watch Ramczyk here, the entire offensive line. But if you're Ramczyk and the ball's handed off to Kamara and you're an offensive lineman knowing you're going to get a helmet right in your back and he's just going to ride you right to the goal line, and that's the life of an offensive lineman. What a great job. Ramczyk has had a great year. You can make an argument for him to have been voted into the Pro Bowl also.
That was number 3 in the game for Kamara. He had the 40-yarder to get this thing started right up the middle. He's added 2 more, so 3 touchdowns in the ball game. And this by Lutz to make it a 10-point game again. 38 seconds left in the half. The Vikings about to get it back. They have 1 timeout, down by 10, and let's find out what's coming our way at halftime.
Well, normally this is where we tell you what's coming up on the Toyota halftime, but since we're out here in the snow, I think our crew decided they wanted to have their own fun. Snowball fight in California. We'll actually have game highlights coming up on the Toyota halftime.
Fantastic.
There's a few that are going to need Tommy John surgery after
Start with Terry. What is that material that was flying around in the pregame? It's good enough. Okay, that was really snow.
I'm going to say no.
But good enough to make snowballs and watch a bunch of Hall of Famers whip snowballs at each other. They're the 3 touchdowns. And his 3rd career game with 3.5 for Kamara. Lutz. Out of the back of the end zone. Tomorrow night on Fox, interim WBA super middleweight champion David O. Morrell Jr. will face off against veteran Mike Gavronsky. 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific on Fox and the Fox Sports app.
Joe, you look at this first half by the Saints. They've got 326 total yards of offense in the first half, which is better than 6 offenses in the NFL and what they average for an entire game. I mean, it's how good this has been for New Orleans.
Cousins, good protection. Nobody in his lap this time, and the pass incomplete for Irv Smith. Smith is a big-bodied tight end who can run, and the Saints had Janoris Jenkins on him.
They've got some weapons. I mean, that is, I think Rick Spillman, we talked about losing Stephon Diggs, who I think the world of. What a great player and what an addition he has been for Buffalo, what he's meant to Josh Allen. And it's rare when you lose a guy of his ability, and especially when you draft that position and get a guy that's doing what Jefferson did.
First down catch by Smith.
But yeah, Irv Smith is another one of those draft picks that last year is a 2nd-round pick, and continuing to, you have to do it. If you're going to compete in this league, I know there's a lot of people who love defense, and I do too, but you better be able to move the football and score points.
So here's an incompletion to stop the clock. They had the timeout. Pressured by Malcolm Jenkins. They keep the timeout, but now the Vikings, who took one on defense a moment ago, trying to have a chance to score points before the half, and they get the ball to start the second half. Now they're going to say no play. So what you just saw, wipe it from your memory, and they're going to put 2 seconds back on the clock. This isn't going very well.
No.
And they're out of timeouts.
Yeah. They're hoping to, pick something up to where they can at least then take a shot into the end zone.
But no timeout. So they granted a timeout along the sideline. Took the play away. Back to first down. The ball at the Minnesota 38. Pass is underneath, and that is going to do it for the half, you would have to believe. Conklin makes the catch, and they are not going to get another play away. These two teams combining for over 500 yards of offense, and man, Cousins is hot. Coming over to the sideline at the end of the half. 10-point game. Vikings will get it to start the second half. Stay tuned. The Toyota halftime's coming up.
Want more stats? Hey Siri.
Babes, all I want for Christmas is you to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Also, while you're there, you can join the Bella Brigade and you can buy merchandise at my store on StreamYards at BrownGirlBella.com. Either way, Santa and I will be very pleased. So get on the nice, not naughty list and get Bellafied. Babes, all I want for Christmas is you to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Also, while you're there, you can join the Bella Brigade and you can buy merchandise at my store on StreamYards at Brown Girl Bella by ShannonB.com. Either way, Santa and I will be very pleased. So get on the nice, not naughty list and get Bellafied.
here to start this second half. And if you're Kirk Cousins, you can't count on your defense being able to slow down Drew Brees, and so a lot of pressure on them offensively right here to go down and come away with some points.
That's why when we talk about head-to-head matchups between quarterbacks, and quarterbacks like to downplay it. And they say, well, it's not, Breeze against Brady, it's Breeze against the Tampa Bay defense, and blah, blah, blah. But you know when you're in a game like this, and you got to try to match up.
There's no question. I think that's part of being a great quarterback is you have to understand what's happening around you. And that's why I said it wouldn't surprise me. He doesn't have to now, but the way it was going there in the first half, he started trying to fit balls into areas that in a normal game you wouldn't. But knowing what the Saints are doing to your own defense, you got to start to push it a little bit. And so we'll see that as the second half.
More about the Vikings side and check in with Christina Payne.
Well, hey, Joe, as you guys have pointed out, Alvin Kamara is having a field day against this Vikings defense. Mike Zimmer said we've got to get into the gaps. He said we have to get in there. We're getting outside of the gaps, and he's just cutting around to the backside that he wants those guys to do a better job in the second half. He pointed out that, yes, Kirk Cousins certainly looked frustrated with the defense, but offensively, Zimmer said that he likes the mix of run and pass, and that they move the ball almost that one sack in the first half.
He gets knocked in the hole by Mario Davis.
Holding us up right now. What did he tell us coming into this game? Offensively, we need to play better. Check. We need to run the ball better. Check. He said, I'd like us to do something on third down when we have the ball.
Here is a pass that's underthrown but caught. And a nice grab by Irv Smith for 14 yards.
Sure was. C.J. Gardner-Johnson is in coverage, and that ball's just laid out. He was a really good job of moving down and making the play on this. I was caught up in what Aaron was reporting, saying he wants them to do better on third downs. They only had one, but they only had two. So you're splitting hairs right there.
When you're seeing Rex out 326 yards of offense, things are going okay. This is good one. Caught them underneath, and the tight end gets hit by Davis. Davis, who has not missed a game in 9 years. How a player like Davis gets away from the Jets is beyond me. But they get a guy here that's a leader. He was an all-pro last year. He was snubbed this year as a Pro Bowl player. Was snubbed last year and made all-pro.
Yeah, I voted for him. And it's strange when you make all-pro and you're not voted into the Pro Bowl and then come out and go back this year and had a really great year. It's really surprising.
Jenkins makes a play on the field in a game of just one third down.
Big third down right now for Minnesota. It's not easy when you're in these type of games for Kirk Cousins. Like I said, just knowing that if you fail to convert here and you don't go for it, you get the ball back to New Orleans, and that's going to be a ball. You're going to be absolutely
Cousins that ball. Looked like it bounced in. Instead, it's C.J. Gardner-Johnson on the return, and they're calling it a touchdown.
Well, that's going to come back.
I mean, it must have seen things about that ball hit the ground.
That's incomplete. He definitely was throwing the football.
Granderson got the pressure, and then this ball bounces clearly. But they let the play go to the point where they even indicated it was a touchdown, but it isn't.
Yeah, they're getting together, but the good thing is that they'll review it, and they'll get it right regardless one way or another. But Dakota Dozier, the left guard, just did not hold up very well.
And now, over to the sideline.
No, this
Shouldn't take 2 seconds.
shouldn't have even over with already. mean, this wasn't that hard to see. So we're going to go to break. Okay. Right now it's a touchdown. We got to expect as Zimmer goes, it's coming back. So, yeah, just a silly mistake. I guess I look pretty ridiculous. No one looks ridiculous, Bob. Progressive is always here for you with round-the-clock service.
Just so you know, next time you can submit a claim without mobile app.
Cool. Thanks again for rushing over.
This is what 24/7 protection looks like. Once upon a time, there lived a girl who just loved to fly. Feet on her board, eyes to the sky. This girl knew flying sometimes means falling, but with courage, grit, and determination, she found her calling.
When the repetition has you spinning, doing the same thing day after day, obstacles into opportunities, work into play.
When the world says you can't, don't let it leave you reeling. Use all your strength and love, turning seeing into believing.
There will be moments in life unfair and unjust, but even obstacles overcome with a team you can trust.
Earned your gift. Happy holidays from Toyota.
January 3rd on Fox. This broadcast is copyrighted by NFL Productions for the private use of all rights. Any other use of this broadcast or pictures, descriptions, or accounts of any of the events NFL Productions is prohibited.
Well, they looked at it in the booth, and they saw a forward pass. They saw it go into the turf, and one hop into CJ Johnson. Frustration continues for Kirk Cousins. It's fourth down, and the punt coming as they overturn the call on the field, and Colquitt will try to pin Oscar Kumar back deep. Kumar standing at his 10. Callaway back there earlier was a fair catch at his own 4-ounce card. Immediately, play made by Harrison Hand. Who has a pick in this ball game. Have a nice day at Christmas time now for key collaborations presented by Microsoft Teams, the official collaboration platform of the NFL. We look at the blocking for Alvin Kamara's first of three first-half touchdowns. Pretty good. This offensive line really got us done. I mentioned that they had a tough game against Kansas City. A lot of pressure on Drew Brees, but man, they have come out here on Christmas Day and have protected Brees very well overall, and they've done a great job of blocking up the run game. There is some weak points in the game. Some good tough running there by Alvin Kamara after contact. He's taken to finish that run. But the defense, Minnesota, his defense did their job. Minnesota gets the ball short this second half. They make a stop. They get the ball back to New Orleans, and they have a chance really to make things awfully hard, even harder than they've already been if they're able to do something with this drive. For Kamara, he is over 100 yards on the ground for just the third time in his career. 4 years in the NFL for the third-round pick from Tennessee, Alvin Kamara. has put together just his third career 100-yard rushing. Yeah, he doesn't, unlike Dalvin Cook, who they feed it to him pretty good, they don't do that so much with Alvin Kamara. He just has about 17, 18 touches a game is what he averages, and about 11 of those are carries. And so that's what he's had each of the last two games was 11 carries. He's got 13, here in this game. A little more than typically what he averages for 60-minute ball games. Breeze. Here's the Steelers in the end of the arms of Hardy Nickerson. Emmanuel Sanders couldn't bring it in, and that leads to the second pick of the game for Drew Brees. One that Emmanuel Sanders certainly could have caught. It was not the easiest play. I mean, he's extended it. He's, just trying to make a play on it. Hardy Nickerson, he's out there, and he catches the deflection. So, just, Brees is sitting there thinking, man, just some bad breaks here and there. And it really tarnished what has been an outstanding offensive day. Takes it to the 13-5. That's the break they needed. You just hang in there. But now, this is going to be a real disappointment if they were unable to come away with a touchdown on this drive. This is really important that they do that. Good start there on first down, picking up 5 yards. Vikings are only 32 points off turnovers. That is the lowest total in the NFL. They need 7 here. First 6 of us. Is out of bounds at the 1. Well, Davenport, he's trying to contain. He's trying to get him back to him, man, and get to him. He's just not able to do it. The speed there of Dalvin Cook. Pretty bad coverage in the secondary, so there was no support. As they were running with wide receivers, Davenport was the only one out there who was able to get into the edge. They move the ball back to the 2. That's where it sits, first and goal. That's where offensive lineman and the Vikings rolling over to the touchdown. Smith. Minnesota gets the takeaway. Hardy Nickerson provides it, and Irv Smith has his 4th touchdown of the season. Just a total blown sign by Irv Smith. He's going to come across, and this is it's a tough play to defense. That guy gets lost as he comes across the formation once the ball is snapped. They just totally turned him loose. That's a great job by this Minnesota offense, capitalizing on the Hardy Nickerson interception. Just to make it a 3-point game. Fifth missed extra point of the season for David. Sanders couldn't haul it in. Hardy Nickerson could. And Irv Smith, a touchdown reception, 3-point game for the Bulldogs.
Babes, all I want for Christmas is you to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Also, while you're there, you can join the Bella Brigade and you can buy merchandise at my store on StreamYards at Brown Girl Bella by ShannonB.com. Either way, Santa and I will be very pleased. So get on the nice, not naughty list and get Bellafied.
Sunday on Fox and the Fox Sports app. Check for the game in your area.
Let's go back to Christmas Day, 1971. Dolphins and Chiefs. A long game in overtime affair and real life. A game like no other. 350 all-purpose yards. 85 rushing, 110 receiving, 155 on kick returns. Same short kickoff out to the 26, maybe the 27. 24-yard return. Here are the highlights from that game. The two coaches, Don Shula, the great Hank Strand, Paul Favors, talking about the day-to-day Olak had. This game went to double overtime. It was won by Harold Ukrainian. 37-yard field goal. It was the longest NFL game to be played with 82 minutes and 40 seconds in the game. 16 future Hall of Famers were involved in that game. Those are the first NFL games played on Christmas in 1971. Managers and Cowboys and Vikings on CBS. That classic Miami, Kansas City double OT game on NBC. That's awesome. Those future Hall of Famers that played in that game, and just seeing those guys, Don Shula and Hank Strand, let's go. Second down at 8 here. Breeze now over 80,000 career passing yards, 27 here. You see Dantzler there, the rookie. We've seen that a lot from these corners in this game. I think Dantzler's going to be a heck of a player. He's really had a pretty good rookie year. But in this game today, minus Michael Thomas and Laquan Treadwell, Traquan Smith, they are totally turning around in these defensive backs. There's not much coverage. Right side, and then 29 is a piece of 5. This protection up front. Drew Brees, and you got hit the one time, but that last play, it was about as clean a pocket as you could get after it. That's a big deal for a 31-year-old quarterback coming off the 11 really say much about it. I really feels when he has to come out of the game and stay on the sidelines. I don't know any quarterback that really likes it. Hesitates. He was walked down and looked like inches short of the first down. He was going down coming up with lots. He's going to keep Taysom Hill up there on the field. He's asking for measurements. They don't have to grab that, but they are. It is going down and inches. That's really less than one. Meanwhile, Ryan Ramczyk is injured, so maybe he has a chance to think about it. He wants to call here on 4th and 1 anyway. You see someone walking off, especially when it comes to knees, as to what that injury is or how significant it might be. It's that right foot kind of hyperextended there as he got extended. And like I said, he's had a really great year. He's had a great career. All pro last year, playing on his feet, a 3-time Pro Bowl left guard. And now Ramczyk has to come out. Ethan Bridge, second year girls from Villanova, is in to take his spot. Clive, an extra offensive lineman, comes in for the Saints and takes a hill. And Breeze stays on the sideline on 4th and Russell Run. Good job up front. Taysom Hill, he finds enough. Able to get it, and they trot Drew Brees back out onto the field. Taysom Hill now 9 for 11 this year, up forward over 4th and 1. On the 23, spins his way, step one, and down at the 6. 17-yard carry by Alvin Kamara, who was determined here today. So Marquez Callaway looked like the guy who put a pretty good block. And hasn't been able to play here much recently. Offensive line gets a movement and just some really tough run. Touchdown, Saints. And forward on the day for Alvin Kamara. Ryan Ramczyk, who we saw walk off the field, but sure we see him again today. He comes in back there at right tackle, and watch out, he just totally collapses. That side, and then you got Alvin Kamara coming right off of that block. And that's not much effort by Anthony Harris, our safety, to make a play. He's had a rough big tackle on Harris. What you call that? The Saints record was 4 rushing touchdowns in a game. Lost to Kamara. This is an 11-point game. Ramczyk just collapsing that side of the offensive line. Great work, Kamara. 4 touchdowns today. Saints on 11.
is you. To subscribe to my YouTube channel. Also, while you're there, you can join the Bella Brigade and you can buy merchandise at my store on StreamYards at BrownGirlBella.com. Either way, Santa and I will be very pleased. So get on the nice, not naughty list and get Bellafied.
Supernova, this NFL Christmas special. What a day for Alvin Kamara. He's put up 24 points in this ball game himself. He's made this an 11-point game. Became his third same player with 4 touchdowns of any kind in a game, joining Reggie Bush and Reggie Horn on the short list. The 2017 draft. Alvin Kamara and then NFL 2017 draft. To the 25 comes the football. Vikings have it down to 11. Here's the play-by-play. This is the WWF Fox Michael Cole. From the WWE Thunderdome is a SmackDown Christmas with Roman Reigns battling Kevin Owens in a steel cage match for the Universal Championship. It's an all-new Friday Night SmackDown. Next, except the West Coast on Fox. That's coming up next. Sit down on the West Coast and it's match from Cousins from Seaver fell down. That was Eric Smith. He went down. All Cousins can hope for. It was an incompletion. Well, Janoris Jenkins, who did this route by Thielen, he totally juiced him out. And that is Janoris Jenkins is trailing in a man coverage. That was the collision that took place. Route by Thielen, but Cousins was going elsewhere with the ball. Second down and 10. Here's a screen for Cook. Looking for watch Mario Davis. Makes a play, gain of just 4. And Mario Davis, he was there. And also the big man, Johnny Tuttle, 300 pounds. And you love seeing guys like that, the hustle that he shows on that play, getting involved and getting the assist on the tackle. Chapter Alvin Cook catches this, and Johnny Tuttle there, 99, goes and gets him. That's we're down at 6. This is coming over here for the first down, Smith. Cousins put it right on him. Yeah, he really did. I mean, that's the difference in picking up a first down and then I'm not sure how to work out. That ball's behind him and he has to adjust too much and he's not able to catch the ball and continue to run and pick it up. And that's when accuracy becomes so vital in this game. From the 2 for 7. You can definitely feel the urgency right now by Minnesota. They're trying to get the tempo going and they're huddling up, but there's some real urgency to them right now. They've got a nice rhythm going. Kirk Cousins never doesn't feel urgency. It's not a rhythm attack. It's the second down and 40. Jefferson's to Thielen. Like Vikings, Justin Jefferson, he's taking it deep. They're going to get a shot on him, but Thielen, Janor's taking this is not being able to stay with him. You see Justin Jefferson, they got 2-on-1 on him, making sure that he doesn't get down the field. And then Kirk Cousins reads it perfectly. And Thielen, man, what a receiver he is. Justin Jefferson, he had a chance to work on the ball. Flying back in with 40. Holding offense, number 83. That's a tough one. And he gets a little Marcus Davenport right here. If Davenport hadn't been getting up the field the way that he was, they had a real shot. Cousins sees it. He's going to try to avoid Davenport and he goes anyway. Otherwise, they did have a chance to get the ball to Justin Jefferson. Penalty total on the ball. First down, it's the and it's two. Talk about how tightly wound Kirk Cousins is, Christina.
We got a lot of pressure on Kirk Cousins and his offense to keep pace in this game. Of course, not mathematically eliminated. Cousins told me the playoffs are still attainable. We know we're playing on a national stage against a very good opponent. He said they're constantly being evaluated. This is a measuring stick game for us, and I think that's how we see so much of football in this game.
Conklin takes it down inside the 35 as he picks it up 9. And Mario Davis with a stop. But even like Zimmer said, we'll do a quick snap sometime. So Cousins doesn't get out there and overthink it. Sure, Smith here, I couldn't tell who was in coverage, but they felt they were down and they're tending to him now. But that's Quan Alexander. Quan Alexander, the guy they traded for. Just neat, buckled, and going back to Kirk Cousins, though, Joe, I think that you can only imagine this team that made it to the NFC Championship game, and now they don't make the playoffs this year. Two of his 3 years, they get shut out of the postseason. He's facing a 4-9 when they come back.
It's not how far apart we are. It's not how close we can be. So we're bringing out the best deal on the new iPhone 12 with guaranteed on every plan. Right now, get the iPhone 12 on us on every single plan. Switch now and save 20% on your bill versus the other guys. That's the best out of wireless. That's right. The iPhone 12 on us on America's largest 5G network and save 20% per month. It's time to holiday offer. It's time for T-Mobile. So you know you've made it to the whole world of sugar one cake. This is full 24 antioxidants. It's lower in sugar and it's vitamins A and C. It's called
You're not using too much, right, hon?
Charmin Ultra Soft is so soft, you have to remind your family they can use less. Charmin Ultra Soft is twice as absorbent, so you can use less. Enjoy the go with Charmin.
Sausage.
I just get kicked off by Deion Sanders.
You sure did.
Now, in the app, get a free $1 when you buy 2 because it's $1 season.
Dear business, it's been quite a year, hasn't it? But in all the store closures, foreclosures, and shutdowns, you get so much response to call. The rise to it, you tracked, traced, and sanitized. You fed students, fought fires, and kept the heart of our communities beating. Big businesses, small businesses, and the ones standing up for all businesses. You took last limits, built a whole new supply chain, and made it available for curbside pickup. challenged us. You believed in us. You inspired us to come to work each day. So no matter where life takes us next, we'll be proud to be by your side. Together, we got this.
Juan Alexander went to the turf. So Spurs Smith was getting to him. He lives into the medical tent. Flying on the play. This is incomplete for Smith. And we see it's a hold, it looks like. Which would be an automatic first down. Two fouls on the play. Kind of has holding defense. Number 27. Penalty is declined. Personal foul, cover the passer. Defense over there 7. That penalty is accepted. This first half of the season of first 15 yards. Automatic first down. Once against Malcolm Roach. Here's the first to hold on the Jenkins. And then we'll look in. It should be against the Raiders, so they said Malcolm Roach 97. It should be against 96. Either way, that takes the ball to the 18. And 11th with Roach. Here's one to the end zone. It's incomplete. Flag is thrown. Thinking of the target with Jenkins in coverage. So they're going to get this chance. Number 20. That's contact. He's not playing the ball. He never gets turned around. It's a good call. That's a tough throw for Kirk Cousins. You see it. Thielen, he has a beat. He's not big. He's been on these officials this game, but he doesn't like that call. But that was a good call. And when Cousins rolling to his left, he's got to pull up real quick, get the ball out. Not easy to do when you don't have much field to work with. But he's trying to get it out there as quickly as he could. He was worried about leaving and then he run out the back of the end zone. Here's the ball. It's middle of the field, that'll be the 4. Loss of 3. Sheldon Rankins got penetration. And Cook had absolutely nowhere to go. Nowhere to go. Riley Reed got pushed right back into the hole. We got Davenport, he's right here as well. Rankins, they're all open. That's what you're going to see. I'll find it for you. Yeah, throw it down. Play action. Cousins looks nice. It's a man. He says, clock for the touchdown. Irv Smith. The penalty in the end zone set up. And Irv Smith has got another. Really good design on this play. You see, Thielen, he comes down, and Irv Smith hesitates a minute, and then he comes out off of that. So here you've got Thielen, the corner here seeking, and then right off of that is where Irv Smith, he spent a lot of time getting that kind of timing down on that route. It's good execution and a great job. Catches good, second touchdown of the game for Smith, fighting on the year. Bailey's missed one extra play in this game. And we're knocking through. Back to a 4-point game in New Orleans, 22 seconds left in the quarter. We'll be right back after this for Bud Light. if they want to stay alive in the playoff chase, they have to win this game. Otherwise, they're eliminated with a loss here in New Orleans. If New Orleans wins, they clinch the division for its straight NFC South title. Sean Payton and crew. They're still trying to chase down the number one seed. The easiest way to look at it is if they win out and Green Bay loses out. They have a shot at it. But there's also a way where there's a three-way tie at 12 and 4 between Green Bay, New Orleans, and Seattle. And New Orleans ends up with the number one seed. That's what Sean Payton said. If we get a win against Minnesota, then we'll enjoy the weekend and root for Seattle on Sunday. So here's a little combo here. It's all the inside of 20 in Washington. 18 yards. Here's the picture in the NFC right now. Number one seed, the Green Bay Packers. Number two seed, New Orleans and Seattle, the Washington football team. Trying to win the East. Well, everyone in the East apparently is not. You know, let's take a look right here. Then we got Washington. So, you know, that division is, you know, one of its own. But it does kind of change things when you add another playoff team and only the number one seed is thrown in the pot. Here's Murray on the handoff on first down. And I think it's, you know, in the past, because the fight was always huge, and it still is important. You still have to win 2 games to get to the Super Bowl than win 3. But, you know, because we've seen teams go the long road as a number 3 seed or beyond, but this year it just feels like that number 1 seed is really vital. We are through 3 quarters in New Orleans Saints.
Babes, all I want for Christmas is you to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Also, while you're there, you can join the Bella Brigade and you can buy merchandise at my store on StreamYards at BrownGirlBella.com. Either way, Santa and I will be very pleased. So get on the nice, not naughty list and get Bellafied. Babes, all I want for Christmas is you to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Also, while you're there, you can join the Bella Brigade and you can buy merchandise at my store.
interceptions in this game. His first multi-interception game in 47 efforts. Second and 6. It's just third and 6. Easy catch for him. Harrison Hager is an interception to get out. Wilson had a chance at it, could have not. Secure the catch. Ready for the thought that ball would have been intercepted. So here it is. So the pass is caught. For the first down, he's still going. Inside the 30, career catch number 5 on 1. It's Jerry Cook to the Minnesota 19. 44 yards for Drew Brees. Drew Brees was under pressure. I couldn't see exactly who it was. Okay, it was Anthony Harris here. And you can see that Brees is protecting the ribs right here. You know, he just immediately, that's why that ball was short. It was underthrown. And Cook does an excellent job coming back and getting it out for tackling again by the Vikings. But you see Brees here. He's just trying to get it out and at the same time protect those ribs. So, you know, if you need an individual to kind of show what he's dealing with, he's not going to work for it. That was it. Inside the 15. So back to the previous play. He's short-armed and just trying to not be exposed, trying to get his right arm back down so he can kind of protect that. It's just what happens. I mean, naturally you would do that if you've got an injury. And he's playing for a lot, but heck of a job by Cook and apply him. Get him down here in this position once again. Alvin Kamara with a career high 37 yards pushing the game. There's 4 touchdowns. Work out. One coming up is Clyde Davis. The tackle on that 44-yarder to Jared Cook. Made that stop. Starting on the clock. Taysom Hill comes in. Brees stays in. That's it. First down, Saints. Saints came into this game at 84%, converting on 3rd or 4th and 1. That is the second best mark in the league if they get it here with Latavius Murray. So, first and goal. So, Saints. And the most in the league since 03 and Fortis. 5 rushing touchdowns. Alvin Kamara on Christmas. I think Alvin Kamara's one of these red rings leagues every week. I mean, this is a day, Alvin Kamara. But nice number is not going to like what he sees. He's not liking it now. Wait till he puts on the film and he sees it. I guess that's both. I'm not sure, but it has not been good. Actually, it is good. And it's when it's your 11-point game, there's the Saints play keep. Kamara. 1, 2, 3, 4. Saints out 327.
Babes, all I want for Christmas is you to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Also, while you're there, you can join the Bella Brigade and you can buy merchandise at my store on StreamYards at BrownGirlBella.com. Either way, Santa and I will be very pleased. So get on the nice, not naughty list and get Bellafied.
Switching to iPhone 12 lives. Unlimited plans start at just $35.
Covered by Minnesota, really inside the 20, but it was Cam Jordan who got there and knocked it away. Cam Jordan on the outside, he's able to get in to where he's working against the rookie. That's for Cleveland, and he grabs a hold of Cousins. It's forced a little out, and it's really fortunate here. Saints are playing tremendous ball game without Trey Hendrickson. Time for second to believe. Success presented by Mortgage. And Alvin Kamara would say he was pretty successful today. Potentially only the seventh player in NFL history with 5 or more rushing touchdowns in a game. And the Bears 6 player average rushing Cardinals against the Bears back in 1929. We came into this game talking about this offense and the struggles that they've had, and just trying to get a goal. They've regained their rhythm and confidence as today, next week, as they head into the postseason. They've made a couple fluke deals there with Breeze on the interceptions, but in order to complete overall, this offense has been achieved. Let's call it what it is every day. And James, they don't have Michael Thomas. They don't have Drake Smith. They don't have Deontay Harris, who's been kind of the catching guy. So they can't line up and play down their throat. And they've done that today. The Vikings are It's such a good route by Emmanuel Sanders in the throw. It's a perfect throw by Drew Brees as well. They just shaded it to the inside, let him go in and make a play on it. Just really great execution. We came into the season when they opened up against Tampa Bay saying that they needed to have a complimentary receiver to Michael Thomas because they focused on him so much last year getting him the ball. Emmanuel Sanders is that guy. He's had to be the guy with as much time as Michael Thomas has missed. Saints are over 500 in the game. This brings it to 30. Second half coming up. Over 500 yards of offense and over 250 yards rushing. And as good as Alvin Kamara's day's been, they've got 700 yards rushing from the others as well. It's close to 150 yards. So it's been if you're in a Saints uniform, you're getting the ball and you're carrying, but even Mike Gordon is going to be like second down and 5 now. Center throws the back makes the catch. Another missed tackle. And it's Clemente. Couldn't bring out Kamara. And it's another first down. He's going to shake his finger out. After Kamara is walking back to the huddle, guy shakes his finger at Jeff Gladney like, why don't you try to tackle everybody? This is as healthy as we've seen Kamara in a while lately here.
It is, and that move right there that he just did was something he admits he couldn't do last year with his knee. He said, usually when I catch the ball or get tackled, I just fall to the ground because I didn't know how the knee was going. And that's just something he is so grateful. I mean, if you think about this Saints team this time last year, of course, we had it in the playoffs. That was something they were missing a healthy Alvin Kamara. So obviously, this group excited, and it's just fun to see this guy back.
It is funny, you're right. You're totally right. And you missed that from Alvin Kamara last year, and now that was a big part of the decision in putting Michael Thomas down. And yeah, these games are important, but they have bigger goals, and they want to continue to win.
stay on the ground and after contact. I mean, he has run really physical. I mean, he's finished runs, but he's run through a lot of those tackles. A lot of it's had to do with the Vikings will address some of the problems that they've had in getting into the ground. Rivera on 148 yards rushing for Rivera. 5 touchdowns there, too. Reese has to drive it onto the right track that makes it move. Gets a first down and sets up first and goal at the 9. Gladney, another missed tackle. James right there. Gladney, we've seen, that's, I know, visiting with Mike Zimmer before the game we had against Tampa Bay and the Vikings. This was one of Gladney's strengths, was that he was a good tackler, but he's not been very good today. He's not a linebacker. They clock him down at 5 Haskins for Super. Still around 0-5, and they just, Sean Payton. If you think giving Alvin Kamara another rushing touchdown is on Sean Payton's mind, you're wrong. He knows. Kamara must be on one of his fantasy teams. Because if you have Alvin Kamara on your fantasy team, you're locked up. Okay? That's your loss. That's right. I don't even need to know who else you have on your team or who the other team has. You just won. So congratulations. Your check's out. With second and goal from the 5. Murray comes in. Tying NFL record today. This is that's the fullback. And do we see Kamara's check back in? He's out there about 4 or 5 yards over the field, and he's ready to go. He's just waiting for the coach to send him. Looks like the Saints are going to call it out here. And Kamara completes his touchdowns. They got a 3rd and goal at the 1. They wanted to just let him catch the ball there tomorrow. The NFL Saturday returns first. Possible Lions on NFL Network. The Tigers, the Cardinals on video. And wraps up back on NFL Network with Dolphins and Raiders. Playoff implications of seeing all over the place. NFL Saturday starts tomorrow at 1 on NFL Network. He's not coming in. So the Valley Sean Payton is not making a run. And there are 3,000 fans here that want to see number 6. Right now, I can't taste it. Those actual buzz, I can't tell the difference. I know. I was reading to it. I wasn't sure if it was real. The Saints are well on their way to win that radio. Up by 17 minutes. Tyson Bell's a pretty good option as well. Dave first. Talked about it last before making the start for Raiders speed. Leads the way and good job. Said that if you think Sean Payton's thinking about 6 rushing touchdowns for America, you're wrong. Maybe I was wrong. He was right-handed on first down. And then took him out. And Taysom Hill ends up calling it in from 1 yard away. And that's left. This is an 18-point game. Biggest lead of all year. For the Saints, running for 260 yards and 6 touchdowns.
Babes, all I want for Christmas is you to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Also, while you're there, you can join the Bella Brigade and you can buy merchandise at my store on StreamYards at Brown Girl Bella by ShannonB.com. Either way, Santa and I will be very pleased. So get on the nice, not naughty list and get Bellafied.
touchdowns himself in this ball game, and he's split together the two with Swearinger. This is nice. They're getting down here in a hurry. Not using up too much time. Speeds incomplete. Jefferson. Flag wrong. Right idea. They're trying to run an after back, but the man covers him, executed too well, but had a shot. This ridiculous. The clock stops. Second. And they'll take it by the 6. Millions of kids nationwide are without their normal access to sports and play due to COVID-19. That's why Fox Sports and Good Sports are restoring play for kids and programs that serve them. For donations of brand new sports equipment, text play to 36413 to help keep kids in the game. I'm not playing this year. These kids just don't have opportunities to play at every level. It is for everybody. Everybody's good. Especially these kids that have missed out on doing the things that they love so much in those ball fields. I'm John, and I see you on second call. Target. And that play was made by C.J. Gardner-Johnson. Gardner-Johnson, you see the move that Smith tries to make on him, thinking he's going to maybe go on the fake route, and then Gardner-Johnson, he doesn't play at all. Just good technique. Laying up. Shy tunnel knocked it away. Cousins was under big time pressure. And Malcolm Jenkins. Yeah, it was. He had a chance at a goal. He was wide open. Well, it gets knocked down. Otherwise, it's a touchdown. 31. But you see the move. That's worth a goal. So we'll have to use some second out of the base. Clock. Need all those. Somebody like the ball and any chance at a miraculous comeback. We'll bring up this next play. We'll back inside the broadcast with you and I, and our whole crew will head out to Seattle. After this game, we will watch the Rams and the Seahawks go on it for basically what is a divisional. Seattle does win it as they're able to take care of business. And for the Rams, one of the tough loss they had against the New York Jets. And so it's a must-win for them. But yeah, that's going to be a great game. It's tough for the Rams or the Jets. Well, that was almost where they had it. Jenkins is bringing his case saying he forced Thielen out. Thielen across the goal line, and now the two teams players start to shove. Thielen and Malcolm Jenkins are yelling at each other. It was close to no touchdown. The call on the field is touchdown Vikings. Get a closer look at this and see exactly how this play ended up. Here's a better look down the line. It's a right foot that could have been played. The question always is, where's the ball? sure it is. Los Angeles, focused mechanics of this.
Yeah, we're just looking at the one first of all, when he first is touched by the defender, he's airborne. Then he comes back on the other plane, completes the catch. So here you have where is he first touched when that ball does break the plane, and it's
It's a touchdown. After the play, defense is playing penalties decline. Defense number 27. Penalty is accepted. So they're going to go for two. It was a fourth down play. Shot down the line, looked like a play. Good call by the official who was front down as well. So two points try to make it a 10-point game. And a high one instead of two because the person fouled. A little too much. He gets that left hand extended and almost is able to pull it back into himself and make a play on it. Just not quite able to. After Jenkins had pressure on that play on top of it. Justin Jefferson has been talking this week about how he's a team player. Mike Zimmer as well as Brandon Thomas, the head coach's aide we talked to, just loves it. So there's no diva. It's going off. And Justin Jefferson said that his microphone picked up his frustration last week and got lost on the throw in the end zone from Cousins. Lost to Chicago. It would make a foul. May very well become a threat in the division, if not the league, in upcoming years. It takes a special kind of guy to play wide receiver in this offense because they're not going to get as many opportunities as they might in other teams with other teams because of the style of the way that they feature the game. The sidekick track is Taysom Hill. Yeah, they're like 6 Taysom Hills. We talked about it. Excited over it today, but I want to thank Chris Spielman so proud of him. He was with us at Fox since 2016. He resigned from Fox as a four-time Pro Bowler, a long-time Lions linebacker, and special assistant to the Lions. And I know you're going to like this hire. I really do. And I know it's easy to say, and everybody says it, but in fact, I reached out to Chris and told him as such, and because he's got a history with the organization, and Chris Spielman, for those who don't know him, he is old school. And he is, I respect the heck out of him. He's going to bring a culture to that organization that something has been lacking. As we know. And I just think that Chris Spielman is the type of guy, he's high in respect, he's going to hold people accountable. You know, he's not the GM, he's going to be involved in helping find that person and, you know, all those other positions. But I think it's a great hire. I think he's the right guy for that position. And I wish him the best of luck. I hope you're going to miss him here at Fox. But, yeah, I think it was really well done by the Lions. I'm not taking it with Minnesota after next year. I'm going to Latavius Murray for 4 yards. So 1 time left, and they stop at the 2-minute warning. That's it. The Vikings facing elimination from the playoff picture here today. Starting out 1-5, went 5-1 over their next 6. They come in, the Vikings do, having lost 2 straight. Takes the loss to here's the race. Oh, they're trying to win the race down the sideline. Vikings inside the 5.
Some you know your entire life. Others just feel like taking on small groups. What we call home.
Babes, all I want for Christmas is you. To subscribe to my YouTube channel. Also, while you're there, you can join the Bella Brigade and you can buy merchandise at my store on StreamYards at Brown Girl Bella by ShannonB.com. Either way, Santa and I will be very pleased. So get on the nice, not naughty list and get Bellafied.
these games, and we see history today. With Alvin Kamara's 6 rushing touchdowns, second guy to do it in the history of the league. 155 rush yards. America's game of the week, Sunday. Excited to head to Seattle to watch the Rams and the Seahawks. We were there for the first matchup. Rams won that ball game. And if they win, then they leapfrog Seattle to the top of the division because of the head-to-head. And it's the late game Sunday for Eastern Fox. Yeah, we were there for that game, Joe. If you remember, their defense was struggling pretty good at that time in the season, and they have turned it around now. You know, some of those offenses that they faced during that stretch haven't been the greatest. They've been near the bottom, but you can only play who you play. But with that, they've gained a lot of confidence. It's a different Seattle team than the one that the Rams faced last time they met. And I'm not sure the Rams are playing with the confidence that they had at that time. They've got kind of a Jekyll and Hyde year, especially here the last few weeks. They saw them take down the New England, looked outstanding, and then didn't show up against the Jets. So I'm sure that both teams are going to give it their best shot, play their best game, and looking forward to it. Well, the Rams played on a Thursday against New England. But we often talk about the palm tree effect with teams. And the cold ones go out west. They also got their own palm tree effect as they had extra time. They had the Jets coming in and they lose to the Dallas Jets. Falling behind Seattle in the division. Matchup going on Sunday. His Cousins has to throw it away to Mario Davis right there in his face. I like the palm tree effect. I've never heard that before. What? I like that. It's one of Steve Horn's favorites. Say if Cousins can get out of this without taking any more beating than he already has. Producer of today's game, Richie Sykes, director Rich Russo, associate directors Jake John and Rich Gross, Henry Wolf, AC Garland, Brett Ellsbury, VA is broadcast associates. Here's Cousins in the pocket, throws incomplete. Third down coming up, technical producer Pete Harris, technical director Colby Bourgeois. And the audio mixer is Freddie Alvis. Here's our crew, and we have been all over the place in 2020. Traveling here and doing a good job. Each and every one of them have done. There he is, Johnny C. Nobody's in better shape on the field. Week in and week out, the Duck Road. We're running that camera from one side to the other. Here's Cousins running for his life. Throws to his backup on the sideline, Sean Mannion. Here it is. No, not me. Get the camera on my face. That's what he gets from players every week. The best to do it, yes. It's fourth down. And the players down, and here's sideline on the other side of Giovanni's and that's Jefferson. Let's see what happened to him. Grabbing at the back of his right leg. That's a good sign there. Maybe it's a cramp. With the knee, but when they buckle, but the way they reach down and kind of stretch it out, that's positive. He followed his older brothers, Jordan and Ricky, to LSU. And 22 overall pick. 6 catches, 85 yards. Louisiana. Louisiana here today. 3-3 left, 4th and 10. They set up the screen for the middle and the Saints will take over and finish this one. most on the organization since 1960. They won 56 of the Cardinals. The most points against the Vikings in over 57 years. Yeah, that's hard to believe. And I know that this has been hard to watch for Mike Zimmer. It would be hard for any head coach, especially one with the defensive pedigree that Mike Zimmer has. It's great now, though. I really believe that. I mean, we've talked about the guys who aren't playing. It's a crazy year. I think around the league, when you look at it, I have a hard time really being critical of anything that these coaches have done or have not done because it's been so bizarre. There's been teams playing games and having practice, so I really do believe, as I said earlier, that if you're a Vikings fan, I think the future looks bright. You look at these players they have on offense and skill positions, they got Kirk Cousins back, and then of course on defense, they got these young players. The most improvement comes between year one and year two. They've done it just fine, but for Sean Payton, they're on the bigger things. Congratulations, a little tough for this year. The last 2 years, winning the division, and they've won by 6 games. They won again this year, but had the bet for Tom Brady going to Tampa Bay and what they've been able to do. But they're 4th straight. Congratulations. We will need one more snap. Officials, Breeze is saying, I tried to time it when it was going to be it. Well, Sean Payton is in his 15th year as head coach. He's about to go to 150 and 88. He saw a sports great divisional title wrapped it over the way here today. In his 27 and 9 seasons, 2014 through 16, 11 wins, 13 wins, 13 wins. And at least 11 here in 2020. Christmas, the Saints and Sean Payton defeat the Vikings 52-33. These two guys are very good friends and former assistants for Bill Parcells. The Cowboys go 305. Alvin Kamara ties NFL record 6 rushing touchdowns. Unreal. Coming up, the Progressive Postgame Show. Thanks for watching this NFL Christmas special. Saints win us out.
Thanks everyone for coming. The final score was the Saints 52, Vikings 33. Thank you everybody. Thanks for coming. Adios.